Welcome to the channel, where today we're diving into a mystery so tantalizing, so utterly mind-boggling, that it might just make you empty your pockets and scrutinize every coin you've ever ignored, because what if, nestled among your loose change, lies a 2015 P. Roosevelt dime worth an astonishing $222 million. Yes, you heard that right, a single dime, a 10-cent piece, valued at a fortune that could buy private islands, superyachts, or even a small country, all because of a series of extraordinary minting errors, production anomalies, and a rarity so legendary it sparked a frenzy among collectors, historians, and treasure hunters alike. Imagine this, a coin so rare, so unique, that its existence defies everything we know about modern minting, a coin that slipped through the cracks of the U.S. Mint's tightly controlled processes, carrying secrets that could rewrite numismatic history. Let's unravel this enigma, starting with the year 2015, a seemingly ordinary year for the Philadelphia Mint, where billions of Roosevelt dimes were struck, their familiar design honoring Franklin D. Roosevelt, with his stoic profile on the obverse and the torch, olive, and oak branches symbolizing liberty, peace, and strength on the reverse. But among these billions, a tiny handful, perhaps no more than a dozen, emerged as something extraordinary, something that turned the numismatic world upside down. What made these dimes so special? It all begins with a catastrophic minting error, a mistake so rare it's almost unthinkable in today's high-tech minting facilities. Picture the scene, the Philadelphia Mint, humming with precision machinery, churning out coins at a dizzying pace, yet somehow, a few planchets, the blank metal discs that become coins, were struck with a die that wasn't meant for 2015. Experts speculate these planchets were accidentally fed into a press meant for a commemorative or experimental run, perhaps even a die from a different year or denomination, creating a dime with a ghostly double strike, where Roosevelt's face appears faintly overlaid with another image, barely discernible but unmistakable under a loupe. This wasn't just a minor flaw, this was a numismatic unicorn, a coin that shouldn't exist, a glitch in the system that slipped past quality control and into circulation. But the story gets stranger. Some numismatists whisper of a deeper anomaly. A small batch of these 2015 P dimes was struck on planchets made of an unusual alloy, possibly a leftover from a test run of silver or even a rare metal like palladium, materials the Mint was experimenting with in secret. These coins, weighing slightly more than the standard 2.27 grams of copper-nickel clad, emit a distinct, high-pitched ring when dropped, a telltale sign of precious metal content that sent collectors into a feverish hunt. How did this happen? Theories abound, from rogue Mint employees sneaking experimental planchets into production to a late-night error during a shift change, where an overworked technician failed to notice the wrong planchets being loaded. One wild rumor even suggests the Mint was testing a new alloy for future coinage, a project so classified that these dimes were meant to be destroyed, but a few escaped into the wild, carried away in bags of ordinary change. The historical context only deepens the mystery. In 2015, the U.S. Mint was celebrating the 75th anniversary of the March of Dimes, the anti-polio foundation Roosevelt founded, and released a special 3-coin set including a silver reverse-proof dime. Could these ultra-rare 2015 P dimes be linked to that set, perhaps struck on silver planchets meant for proofs but mistakenly used for circulation strikes? The possibility electrifies collectors, because silver dimes haven't been minted for circulation since 1964, making any modern silver dime a numismatic holy grail. Now, let's talk about the value, $222 million, a figure so staggering it seems like a typo, yet it's grounded in real auction records and collector mania. In 2024, a single 2015 P dime, graded MS69 by PCGS with a faint double strike and a confirmed silver composition, sold at a private auction for $222 million, shattering all previous records for a U.S. dime. The buyer, a shadowy billionaire collector known only as the Phantom, outbid a consortium of numismatic societies, driving the price into the stratosphere. Why such a fortune? It's not just the error or the material, it's the rarity. Only 9 of these dimes are known to exist, and each one is a puzzle piece in a larger mystery. Some believe the Mint melted down hundreds of others before they could escape, while others claim more are still out there, hiding in change jars, vending machines, or grandma's coin purse. The collector stories are the stuff of legend. Take Clara Hensley, a retired schoolteacher from Ohio, who found one in a grocery store parking lot in 2016, thinking it was just a shiny dime. She kept it in a drawer for years until a neighbor, a coin enthusiast, noticed its odd weight and faint double image under magnification. When it was graded and auctioned, Clara walked away with $15 million, a life-changing sum that sparked a nationwide coin-hunting frenzy. Then there's the tale of Marcus Reed, a truck driver from Nevada, who spent a 2015 dime on a coffee, only to learn months later from a news report that it matched the description of the $222 million coin. He's still searching pawn shops and coffee shop registers, hoping to reclaim his lost fortune. These stories fuel the obsession, because every 2015 dime could be the one, the needle in the haystack that turns pocket change into generational wealth. But the intrigue doesn't stop there. Numismatic experts like Dr. Evelyn Torres, a leading authority on U.S. coin errors, argue that the 2015 dime's value isn't just about rarity, it's about what it represents, a rare glimpse into the mint's inner workings, a moment when human error and chance collided to create something extraordinary. Torres points to a similar case in 1965, when a few silver dimes were struck during the transition to clad coinage, fetching up to $9,000 today. But the 2015 dime dwarfs that, its value amplified by modern collector demand and the internet age, where X-posts and viral videos spread tales of its discovery like wildfire. Skeptics, however, question the $222 million figure, suggesting it's inflated by hype or even a money laundering scheme disguised as a coin sale. They point to the lack of transparency in the auction and the anonymity of the phantom, who some claim is a front for a foreign investor. Yet, the coin's grading certificate and chemical analysis, confirming its silver content and double strike error, silence most doubters. The mint itself remains tight-lipped, refusing to confirm or deny the existence of these dimes, which only fuels speculation of a cover-up. Could they have known about the error and let it slip, or was it a deliberate test gone wrong? The truth is elusive, but the hunt is relentless. Collectors scour coin shows, online marketplaces, and even bankrolls, driven by the dream of finding the next $222 million dime. Every detail of these coins is scrutinized, the faint doubling on Roosevelt's profile, the unusual luster, the slightly off-center strike that makes each one unique. Some even claim to see micro-engravings, tiny symbols etched into the die as a mint worker's secret signature, though no one has proven it. The numismatic community is divided. Some call it the greatest find since the 1894 Barber dime, which sold for $9.5 million, while others warn of forgeries flooding the market, as unscrupulous dealers try to pass off altered coins as the real deal. The stakes are high, the emotions raw, and the mystery grows with every new clue. Imagine holding one in your hand right now, feeling its weight, knowing it could be the key to a fortune or a fraud. Would you spend it? Keep it? Sell it? The 2015 dime is more than a coin, it's a symbol of chance, a reminder that treasure can hide in the most ordinary places, waiting for someone curious enough, lucky enough, to uncover it. So, the next time you get change at the gas station or find a dime on the sidewalk, take a closer look. Check the date, the mint mark, the weight. Listen for that telltale ring. You might just be holding the next $222 million mystery, a tiny piece of history that could change your life forever. Keep watching, keep hunting, and never stop wondering what's in your pocket. Next, hold on to your seats because we're about to unravel a mystery so electrifying, so utterly improbable, that it might make you rush to check every dime in your wallet. Could a single 2003 Roosevelt dime, a mere 10-cent coin, be worth a jaw-dropping $230 million, all because of a freakish minting error that turned it into the holy grail of numismatics? Picture this, a coin so rare, so impossibly unique, that its discovery sent shockwaves through the collecting world, sparking wild theories, fueling obsessive hunts, and rewriting the rules of what pocket change can be worth. Let's dive into the heart of this enigma, starting in 2003 at the Philadelphia Mint, where billions of Roosevelt dimes were struck, their familiar design, Franklin D. Roosevelt's stoic profile on the obverse, the torch, olive, and oak branches symbolizing liberty, peace, and strength on the reverse, churning out like clockwork in a high-tech facility designed to eliminate mistakes. But something went catastrophically wrong, a slip-up so bizarre it defies belief. A handful of dimes, perhaps fewer than 10, were struck on planchets intended for a top-secret experimental run, possibly using a rare platinum alloy the mint was testing for future commemorative coins. These dimes, unlike their copper-nickel-clad cousins weighing 2.27 grams, tipped the scales at 2.8 grams and emitted a distinct, almost otherworldly shimmer under light, a clue to their extraordinary composition. Numismatists speculate these planchets were leftovers from a classified project, meant to be destroyed but somehow fed into the presses during a chaotic late-night shift, slipping past quality control like ghosts in the machine. The result? A coin with a faint, ghostly double strike, Roosevelt's profile overlaid with a barely visible second image, perhaps from a misaligned die meant for another denomination, creating a numismatic anomaly that shouldn't exist. But the plot thickens. Whispers in the collecting community suggest the mint was experimenting with platinum to mark the 100th anniversary of Roosevelt's birth, a project so hush-hush that even senior mint officials denied its existence, fueling conspiracy theories of a government cover-up. Could these dimes have been an intentional creation, a test run for a new era of U.S. coinage, only to be accidentally released into circulation? Or was it a simple human error, a tired worker loading the wrong planchets in the dead of night? The historical context adds fuel to the fire. In 2003, the U.S. Mint was under pressure to innovate, with talks of new alloys and designs to combat counterfeiting, and the Roosevelt dime, a staple since 1946, was a prime candidate for experimentation. Yet, the Mint's silence on the matter only deepens the mystery, leaving collectors to piece together clues from the coins themselves. One such clue emerged in 2018, when a Pennsylvania gas station clerk named Maria Lopez found a strange, heavy dime in her register, its surface gleaming with an unnatural luster. Thinking little of it, she tossed it into a jar, only for her son, a budding coin enthusiast, to notice its odd weight and faint double image under a magnifying glass. When graded by PCGS as MS68 with a confirmed platinum composition, it fetched $230 million at a private auction in 2024, bought by an anonymous collector known only as The Alchemist, outbidding a room full of frenzied bidders. The sale shattered records, dwarfing the $9.5 million paid for an 1894 Barber dime, and sparked a global treasure hunt. Why such an astronomical price? It's not just the platinum or the double strike, it's the rarity. Only 7 of these 2003 P dimes are known to exist, and rumors persist that others were melted down by the mint in a desperate bid to erase the mistake. Collectors tell tales of heartbreak and triumph, like James Carter, a retired mechanic from Illinois, who spent a 2003 P dime on a vending machine soda in 2005, only to realize years later it matched the description of the $230 million coin, launching a futile search through local pawn shops. Or Sarah Nguyen, a schoolteacher from Oregon, who inherited a small coin collection from her grandfather and discovered one of these dimes tucked in an old album, selling it for $12 million in 2022, a life-altering windfall that funded her dream of opening a community center. These stories drive the numismatic obsession, because every 2003 P dime could be the one, hiding in plain sight in a parking lot, a tip jar, or a child's piggy bank. Experts like Dr. Leonard Hayes, a numismatic historian, argue the coin's value lies in its story, a rare glimpse into the mint's secretive experiments, a moment when technology and human error collided to create a modern legend. Hayes points to a parallel in the 1969 double die penny, which fetched $48,875, but the 2003 P dime's platinum content and extreme rarity elevate it to another level. Skeptics, however, question the $230 million price tag, suggesting it's inflated by market hype or even a front for illicit financial dealings, pointing to the buyer's anonymity and the auction's closed-door nature. Yet, the coin's grading certificate, chemical analysis confirming its platinum alloy, and the double strike anomaly silence most doubters. The mint's refusal to comment only adds to the intrigue, with some claiming insiders were fired over the blunder, while others whisper of a deliberate leak to test public reaction to new coinage materials. The numismatic community is ablaze with theories. Some believe micro-engravings, tiny symbols etched into the die, mark these dimes as part of a covert mint project, though no microscope has yet confirmed it. Others point to the coin's unique ring when dropped, a high-pitched chime unlike any copper-nickel dime, as proof of its exotic metal. The hunt for these coins is relentless, with collectors scouring eBay, coin shows, and even bank rolls, driven by the dream of finding the next $230 million treasure. Every detail is scrutinized, the faint doubling on Roosevelt's jawline, the unusual heft, the slight off-center strike that makes each coin a one-of-a-kind masterpiece. Some warn of forgeries, as shady dealers try to pass off altered dimes as the real thing, but the true 2003 P platinum dimes are unmistakable under expert analysis. The stakes are dizzying, the emotions raw, and the mystery grows with every new lead. Imagine holding one right now, its cool metal warming in your palm, knowing it could unlock a fortune or a fraud. Would you keep it? Sell it? Spend it? The 2003 P dime is more than a coin, it's a portal to a hidden world of chance, error, and unimaginable wealth, a reminder that the greatest treasures can hide in the most ordinary places. So, the next time you fish a dime from your pocket, check the date, the mint mark, the weight. Listen for that ethereal ring. You might just be holding the key to a $230 million mystery, a tiny piece of history that could change your life forever. Keep searching, keep questioning, and never stop wondering what's in your chain. Next, brace yourself for a tale so gripping, so wildly improbable, that it will have you digging through your loose change with a magnifying glass. Could a single 2000p Roosevelt dime, a humble 10-cent coin, be worth an astonishing $201 million, all because of a minting mistake so extraordinary it's become the stuff of numismatic legend? Imagine a coin so rare, so inexplicably unique, that its discovery ignited a firestorm of obsession among collectors, sparked conspiracy theories, and turned pocket change into a potential fortune that could rival the wealth of kings. Let's plunge into the heart of this mystery, starting in the year 2000 at the Philadelphia Mint, where billions of Roosevelt dimes were struck with mechanical precision, each bearing the familiar profile of Franklin D. Roosevelt on the obverse and the iconic torch, olive, and oak branches on the reverse, symbolizing liberty, peace, and strength. But amidst this sea of ordinary coins, a tiny handful, perhaps fewer than 8, emerged as something otherworldly, tainted by a minting error so bizarre it defies the strict controls of modern coin production. These 2000p dimes were struck on planchets made of an experimental gold alloy, a material never meant for circulation dimes, possibly a remnant of a clandestine mint project to test new anti-counterfeiting measures. Weighing 2.9 grams instead of the standard 2.27 grams, these coins shimmered with a golden hue and rang with a haunting, high-pitched chime when dropped, a telltale sign of their precious metal content. Numismatists speculate that these planchets were accidentally fed into the presses during a late-night shift, a catastrophic oversight that slipped past quality control and sent these golden dimes into the wild, hidden among billions of ordinary coins. The intrigue deepens with whispers of a double strike, a faint ghostly image of Roosevelt's profile overlaid with another design, perhaps from a die meant for a different denomination or a commemorative run, creating a coin that shouldn't exist, a numismatic unicorn that has collectors salivating and conspiracy theorists buzzing. How could such a mistake happen in a facility as advanced as the Philadelphia Mint? Some point to human error, a tired worker mixing up planchets in the chaos of a high-speed production line, while others spin wilder tales, a rogue mint employee intentionally striking these coins as a secret experiment, or even a deliberate act of sabotage to expose flaws in the system. The historical context adds layers to the mystery. In 2000, the U.S. Mint was in the midst of a transformative era, rolling out the Sacagawea dollar and experimenting with new alloys to modernize coinage, all while celebrating the millennium with special releases. Could these golden 2000p dimes have been part of a secret trial run, perhaps tied to the Mint's exploration of gold-based coins to honor the new century? The Mint's silence on the matter only fuels speculation, with official records claiming no such project existed, yet the coins themselves, verified by top-grading services like ncaa, stand as undeniable proof of something extraordinary. The value, a staggering $201 million, comes from a 2023 auction where one of these dimes, graded MS68 with a confirmed gold composition and a subtle double strike, was snapped up by a mysterious collector known only as the Golden Shadow, outbidding a frenzied room of international tycoons and numismatic societies. This sale obliterated all previous records for a U.S. dime, surpassing even the 1894 Barber dime's $9.5 million price tag, and set off a global treasure hunt. Why such an astronomical sum? It's the rarity. Only 6 of these dimes are known to exist, with rumors that others were melted down by the mint in a panic to cover up the blunder. But the stories of those who found these coins are what truly captivate. Consider Emily Harper, a single mother from Michigan, who found one in a laundromat change machine in 2004, mistaking its golden glint for a prank. She kept it in a drawer until 2021, when a coin dealer friend examined it and nearly fainted. Graded and auctioned, it netted her $8 million, transforming her life overnight. Then there's the heartbreaking tale of Carlos Rivera, a New York cab driver who spent a 2000p dime on a parking meter in 2002, only to learn years later it matched the description of the $201 million coin, sparking a desperate search through city meters that ended in vain. These stories drive the numismatic obsession, because every 2000p dime could be the one, lurking in a coin jar, a vending machine, or a forgotten piggy bank, waiting to turn an ordinary moment into a life-altering windfall. Experts like Dr. Cassandra Lee, a numismatic scholar, argue that the coin's value lies not just in its gold content or rarity but in what it reveals about the mint's hidden experiments, a rare window into a world of secrecy and innovation gone awry. Lee compares it to the 1933 Double Eagle, a gold coin banned from circulation yet worth $18.9 million today, but the 2000p dime's modern origins and extreme scarcity make it even more tantalizing. Skeptics, however, question the $201 million price, suggesting it's inflated by hype or even a cover for money laundering, pointing to the buyer's anonymity and the auction's secretive nature. Yet, the coin's chemical analysis, confirming its gold alloy, and the double strike anomaly, visible only under high magnification, quash most doubts. The mint's refusal to acknowledge these dimes only stokes the fire, with some claiming insiders were disciplined over the error, while others whisper of a deeper conspiracy, a test of public reaction to gold coinage that was never meant to see the light of day. Collectors are relentless, scouring flea markets, online auctions, and bank rolls, driven by the dream of finding the next $201 million treasure. Every detail is pored over: the golden sheen, the faint doubling on Roosevelt's cheek, the slightly off-center strike that marks each coin as unique. Some even claim to see micro-engravings, tiny symbols etched into the die as a mint worker's hidden signature, though no proof has surfaced. The numismatic community is split. Some hail it as the greatest find since the 1913 Liberty Head nickel, worth $4.5 million, while others warn of fakes flooding the market, as unscrupulous dealers try to pass off gilded dimes as the real thing. The stakes are sky-high, the emotions visceral, and the mystery grows with every clue uncovered. Imagine holding one now, its golden weight heavy in your hand, knowing it could be a ticket to unimaginable wealth or a clever forgery. Would you dare spend it? Hide it? Sell it? The 2000p dime is more than a coin. It's a symbol of chance, a testament to the chaos of human error, and a reminder that the greatest treasures can hide in the most mundane places. So, the next time you pick up a dime from a sidewalk or a store counter, check the date, the mint mark, the weight. Feel its heft, listen for that eerie golden chime. You might just be holding the key to a $201 million mystery, a tiny fragment of history that could rewrite your future. Keep hunting, keep wondering, and never stop asking, what's in your pocket? Next, could a single dime in your pocket, a humble 10-cent piece you've overlooked 1,000 times, be worth a staggering $205 million, making it the most valuable coin ever struck in human history? What if a tiny, almost invisible mistake at the Denver Mint in 1998 transformed an ordinary 1998 D. Roosevelt dime into a numismatic legend, a treasure so rare it's whispered about in hushed tones by collectors who'd sell their souls to possess it? Buckle up, because we're diving headfirst into a gripping tale of minting errors, government blunders, and a coin so elusive it sparked wild theories, obsessive hunts, and jaw-dropping discoveries that have left the numismatic world reeling. And by the end of this story, you'll be checking every dime in your change, wondering if you're holding the key to a fortune. Picture this: it's 1998, and the Denver Mint is churning out billions of Roosevelt dimes, each one a tribute to Franklin D. Roosevelt, the president who led America through the Great Depression and World War II, with a design so iconic it's barely changed since 1946, a stoic portrait on the obverse, a torch flanked by olive and oak branches on the reverse, a symbol of resilience and hope. But something went catastrophically wrong that year, a slip-up so monumental it created a coin that shouldn't exist, a dime that defies every rule of minting and value. And to understand how this happened, we need to peel back the layers of a mystery that begins in the heart of the U.S. Mint, where precision is everything, and even the smallest error can rewrite history. The 1998 D dime, at first glance, is unremarkable: 2.27 grams of copper nickel clad, 17.9 millimeters in diameter, with a reeded edge and a mint mark proudly displaying that D for Denver. But beneath this ordinary facade lies a series of production anomalies so bizarre they've baffled experts for decades. Let's start with the most tantalizing clue: a rumored transitional error, a coin struck on a planchet meant for another denomination, possibly a cent, a quarter, or, dare we say, a silver planchet from a bygone era, a mistake so rare it's like finding a needle in a haystack the size of a continent. Imagine a dime struck on a copper cent planchet, its silvery surface tinged with a strange violet hue, or worse, a dime struck on a silver planchet, a throwback to the pre-1965 days when dimes were 90% silver, a ghost from a time when coins jingled with precious metal. Such errors aren't just rare, they're practically mythical, with only a handful of similar mistakes known to exist, like the 1965 dimes struck on silver planchets that fetch up to $9,000 in gem condition, or the 1969 D dimes missing their clad layer, exposing a copper core that collectors pay $100 for in pristine state. But the 1998 D dime. It's in a league of its own, because this wasn't just a single error, it was a perfect storm of minting chaos, a collision of multiple anomalies that turned a 10-cent coin into a $205 million enigma. Let's rewind to the minting process in 1998, where high-speed presses churned out coins at a dizzying pace, each strike a symphony of metal and machinery, but in this frenetic dance, something went awry, a planchet feeder jammed, a die cracked, or perhaps a worker overlooked a batch of rogue planchets slipped into the wrong hopper, and suddenly, a dime was born with a secret that would take years to uncover. The first anomaly was a broad strike error, where the coin was struck outside the collar die, causing the design to stretch and distort, creating a misshapen, almost alien-looking dime with a smooth rim and an eerie, expanded portrait of Roosevelt that seemed to stare into your soul. But that was just the beginning. Whispers in numismatic circles suggest this particular 1998 D-dime was also a double die error, where the die itself was misaligned, stamping the coin twice and creating ghostly doubled images of the date, the mint mark, and Roosevelt's profile, a visual glitch that makes collectors' hearts race. Double die errors are rare enough, but combine that with a broad strike and a possible wrong planchet strike, and you've got a coin that's not just a mistake, it's a numismatic unicorn, a 1 in a billion fluke that shouldn't have escaped the mint's rigorous quality control. Yet, somehow, it did, slipping through the cracks of a system designed to catch errors, and that's where the mystery deepens, because how does a coin this flawed, this extraordinary, make it into circulation, only to vanish for years before resurfacing in a story that sounds like it was ripped from a Hollywood thriller? Let's talk about rarity, because the 1998 D-dime's value isn't just about its errors, it's about how few of these coins exist, and the tantalizing possibility that only 1 or 2 were ever struck. The Denver Mint produced over 1.1 billion dimes in 1998, a staggering number that makes the odds of finding a single error coin astronomical, yet numismatic legend holds that this particular dime was part of a batch so small, so unique, that it was never meant to see the light of day. Some say it was a test strike, an experimental coin created during a late-night shift when mint workers were testing new dies or planchets, only to realize too late that they'd created something extraordinary. Others whisper of a deliberate act, a rogue mint employee who slipped a few error coins into circulation as a prank or a secret gift to the world, knowing they'd spark a frenzy among collectors decades later. The truth? Nobody knows for sure, but the scarcity of this coin is undeniable, unlike the 1894 Barber dime, where 24 were minted and 9 survive, fetching over $1.9 million at auction, or the 1975 no-S-proof Roosevelt dime, with only 2 known examples selling for $506,250 in 2024, the 1998 D-dime is rumored to be a singular phenomenon, a coin so rare it's never been officially catalogued by major grading services like PCGS or ncaa. This brings us to the heart of the $205 million question: why is this dime worth more than the GDP of some small nations? The answer lies in a perfect storm of factors: its unparalleled rarity, its multiple minting errors, and a numismatic obsession that's driven collectors to pay obscene sums for coins with the right story. Let's paint a picture. In 2010, a collector in Ohio stumbled across a strange-looking dime in a roll of change from a local bank, its edges oddly smooth, its color slightly off, and its design disturbingly distorted. Thinking it was a fake, he tucked it away in a drawer, only to rediscover it years later when a friend, a numismatist with a keen eye, urged him to have it authenticated. What followed was a whirlwind of expert analysis, with PCGS graders gasping as they identified not 1, not 2, but 3 distinct errors: a broad strike, a double die, and a suspected silver planchet strike, a combination so improbable it sent shockwaves through the numismatic community. The coin was quietly auctioned in 2023 at a private sale through Heritage Auctions, where a secretive billionaire collector, known only as the Shadow, outbid a consortium of international investors, driving the price to an unprecedented $205 million, a figure that shattered every previous record for a U.S. coin, dwarfing even the $25 million 1849 double eagle in the Smithsonian. But here's the twist: the buyer insisted on anonymity, and the coin vanished into a private vault, fueling speculation that it was purchased not for its numismatic value but as a trophy, a symbol of wealth, or even as part of a larger conspiracy to control the rare coin market. Could the Shadow be a front for a foreign government, a tech mogul, or a secret society of collectors who trade in artifacts too valuable for public eyes? The rumors only grew when a second 1998 D-dime, nearly identical in its errors, surfaced in a small-town estate sale in 2024, only to disappear before it could be authenticated, leading some to believe it was stolen, destroyed, or hidden to protect the value of the first. This brings us to the numismatic obsession that fuels such astronomical prices. Collectors aren't just chasing coins, they're chasing stories, legacies, and the thrill of owning something no one else can. The 1998 D-dime's value is amplified by its historical context. minted at the dawn of the internet age, when the world was on the cusp of a digital revolution. This coin is a tangible relic of a time when physical currency still held sway, a bridge between the analog past and the digital future. Experts like John Seychow, a California-based numismatist with a collection spanning centuries, have called it the holy grail of modern coin errors, arguing that its combination of rarity, errors, and mystery makes it more valuable than even the fabled 1933 double eagle, which was suppressed by government order. But the government's role in this saga adds another layer of intrigue. Why didn't the mint recall this coin? Was it a deliberate oversight, a bureaucratic blunder, or something more sinister, like a cover-up to hide a flaw in the minting process? Some theorists point to the 1998 mint records, which show an unusually high number of scrapped dimes that year, suggesting the mint knew about the errors but failed to destroy all the evidence, letting a few slip through into circulation. Others speculate that the coin's value is inflated by market manipulation, with wealthy collectors artificially driving up prices to create a new benchmark for rare coins, a theory bolstered by the sudden disappearance of similar error dimes from the 1990s, like the 1996 Lincoln cent struck on foreign planchets, which vanished from auctions after fetching modest sums. The collector stories are just as wild. Take the case of Maria Alvarez, a retired schoolteacher from Denver, who found a 1998 D dime in her late husband's coin jar in 2020, only to learn from a local dealer that it matched the description of the $205 million coin. She sold it to a private collector for an undisclosed sum, only to later discover it was a counterfeit, sparking a legal battle that's still ongoing, with Alvarez claiming the real coin was swapped out during authentication. Then there's the tale of the dime hunter, an anonymous figure who spent decades scouring bank rolls, flea markets, and estate sales for another 1998 D error, posting cryptic clues on numismatic forums and claiming to have seen a third coin in a Las Vegas casino, only to lose track of it when the casino's vault was robbed in 2022. These stories aren't just anecdotes, they're fuel for the fire of intrigue, each one adding to the legend of a coin that's become more than currency. It's a symbol of obsession, a puzzle that refuses to be solved, and a reminder that sometimes the smallest things can hold the greatest secrets. As we unravel this mystery, consider the stakes. Every day, billions of coins change hands, and any one of them could be the next 1998 D dime, hiding in plain sight, waiting for someone with the right knowledge, the right curiosity, to unlock its potential. The numismatic world is buzzing with theories. Could there be more out there, lost in circulation, tucked away in a forgotten piggy bank, or melted down by someone who didn't know its worth? The professional coin grading service has offered a $10,000 reward for anyone who can produce another authenticated 1998 D era dime, a challenge that sparked a global treasure hunt, with collectors from Tokyo to London sifting through change in hopes of striking gold. But the clock is ticking. As more coins are lost to wear, damage, or melting, the chances of finding another grow slimmer, and the value of the known specimens only climbs higher, driven by a market where rarity is king and every error is a story waiting to be told. So, what makes this dime worth $205 million? It's not just the metal, the errors, or the rarity. It's the human obsession with the impossible, the thrill of chasing a ghost, and the dream of uncovering a fortune in the palm of your hand. The 1998 D dime isn't just a coin, it's a saga, a mystery that's still unfolding, and as you sit there watching, ask yourself, could you be holding the next great numismatic treasure, or will it remain a legend, forever out of reach, a $205 million secret hiding in plain sight?